Hey guys, I got a flat tire. My motorcycle right here. Let me show you what happened really quickly. Some infamous little nail somewhere there got me down. There it is. So, flat tire. Alright, so let's make a quick video how to remove the tire on a Honda ST 1300. So let's do it. Okay guys, so we're going to show you how to change, or rather replace, a tire on a Honda ST 1300. First of all, I'm going to ask you to take a quick look at the manual. It's always a good thing to do. So if you don't have it for whatever reason, that's the this is my motorcycle year 2007. Take a look at the section how to replace the flat tire. We're going to leave it here for just a couple of seconds here so that you can pause the video and read if you need to. Is a good thing to do. But now I'm going to explain what we're going to do minus one particular step, and I'll tell you what that is in a little bit. But here is what we're going to do. According to the manual right here, we are going to take the entire tail piece off, okay? And that piece is this one right here where my license plate is. All these would come off, usually. Okay. I am not gonna do that because, as you guys saw in the other video, I have custom lighting, so I don't want to take that off. But usually you would take that off by removing the screws as pictured right here in this particular illustration, okay? There are two little screws under, and then there are two here kind of like on top, okay, on this side. Alright, so you take those off, take these off, and take the entire piece out, okay? So that's why this is number one and this is number one, because we're talking about the same two, kinds of screws. And then this piece number two is the entire little tail, the tail piece, which is this one right here. Alright. Again, you need to do that if you have just a regular bike, no custom lighting of any kind. Take that off. Alright, the second step is going to be this one right here. This piece over here, or rather this particular section now, is going to show us how to actually remove the tire. The tire being number 5 over here, the actual tire to take it off. So we're going to do exactly what it says. Alright, we're going to remove 3, which is that little bolt over there, 4, which is the big bolt over here, and 5, which is the actual tire. So let's do that. Now let's go back to the motorcycle and let's see how it's done. Alright, if I kind of want to show you guys here on this side, here's motorcycle. Obviously you take the bags, your traveling bags, take them off. And here is the bike. I raised it up so much, as you guys can see, with this weird concoction of my lift in pieces of wood, is because I needed this high in order to take my tire off without having to take the back piece out. But again, you guys don't have to do that, you don't need to do that. You can just rest your bike on the stand over here, this particular one, and that's all you need. Just take this piece off as instructed in the manual, and now over to the tire. This goes real fast. Okay guys, so there is a video out there that says that you can dent your pipe down here in this area, because this particular huge screw needs to come out, and then as you pull it out, it's going to hit your exhaust pipe. There's a video that says go ahead and dent it so that you don't have to take it off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make one big dent to my pipe. So what I'm going to do is how to just set it aside so that you can take it all off. That's all. So let's do that right now. Let's take that off first, which is really simple. I've taken all the screws out already, so I hand tied them only just so that I can illustrate to you guys how it's done. So there is one over here, there is another one over here, and there are 2 down here, the ones that actually hold the exhaust pipe in place. Okay, so what you do, just obviously, let's start from here. Take these off first. Like I said, I just hand tie them, but now I'm just showing you guys how you just go ahead and get your tools and then loosen all your screws. Okay, these 2 come off. Right, let's leave them right here where they belong. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is right here. This one, go ahead and take that off. You don't have to remove the entire exhaust pipe. You don't have to do that. I mean, there are some videos there that says you have to, but in my experience, you don't need to. Let me show you why. Okay, let's put this down here. That one goes right here. Okay, here is the third. This is why I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. Okay, to take this one off, I am holding the whole exhaust pipe with my knee, or here with my leg, so that I can hold it from keeping from collapsing, because you see how it's wanting to come down on me already. All right, so there we go. We are ready to take the pipe out of the way. You see, it just let gravity do the work for you. You see, this is coming down, and is turning here on the side a little bit. That's okay. Let it do that. It's fine. The weight will take it down. There you go. Then once it's there, leave it alone. In your case, it will most likely be on the ground. You know, I have it here in the air because I raise my bike so much in order not to take this piece off. But you don't have to do that. So when you rest your pipe on the ground, just put something on, you know, on the floor so that you don't scratch it. I'm kind of careful with my bike, so I don't want to get scratches unnecessarily on it. Put a towel on there and then rest it on the floor. That's it. Once that happens, then this is free to come out. Okay, so now let's work on getting the tire out. Get on the other side of the motorcycle and loosen the screws as pictured in the manual. Okay, there is one right here, which is the one that holds the entire brake piece together. Guys, I'm not mechanic at all, so I don't know the names of all these pieces. I'm just telling you here, there, and this one, and all that stuff, because that's just about it. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know the name of the pieces, but getting the job done is what matters. Okay, so you're gonna take this off, which holds this whole thing in place, and you will take this huge one off, which holds the actual tire in place. All right, so like I said before, I already did this, but I put it back in place so that I could show you how it's done. Okay, so we'll take this off. It should come out really easily for you. Take it off, and you don't have to remove it all completely. Just like take it out of the way so that this piece is loose for you. It's gonna be loose, okay? You see how it's moving so much because it's loose. It's not coming off completely because this one is still holding it in place, all right? So that's fine, that's normal. Now we take this big nut out of the way here. The one that actually holds the tire in place. There we go. That's off. Now all you do is have to push this out of the way. That's a little washer there. Belongs to it, okay. Now as you push that little thing off, your tire will come off, obviously. Okay, just kind of hold it over here or put a piece of wood in the way or something. Whatever you need to do. But in my case, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just gonna hold it here and then take this off. There. The tire will just come off easily. Okay. So here is the big screw. Let's put that away. And then your tire should be free to go. Get it on the side there. And then off it goes. There's your tire. Okay, that piece is gonna be holding your brake. Just make sure you put it on the side. There it is. It comes off easily, and then your tire is off now. There. That's about it. So now let's put it back together again. You go and get it ready to be, go and take it to get fixed. Magic, it's been fixed. There's my flat. Okay, now that it's been fixed and it's gonna give me a few more thousands of miles to go, and I'm ready to put it back in place. Again, I did all this crazy thing because I didn't want to take this piece off. You guys don't need to worry about that. Once this is off, mounting the tire will be a lot easier for you. But what I need to do here is just do it backwards, okay? What we did, do it backwards. Not difficult, guys, not difficult, but you can do this. Like I've mentioned before in some of my videos, I'm in computers, I don't know a whole lot about these things, and if I can do it, you guys can do it. So here we go again. Alright, make sure that it's gonna be right where it needs to go, and then lift it up. I use a piece of wood like this. Okay, as you do this, start putting your brake caliper, I think it's called. Somewhat put it in place first. Okay, because this is part of that big screw that came off the tire. So move it a little bit out of the way, put this right there where it's gonna go. As you're putting the tire back in place, look over here, okay? Look in there. You see that gear there? The gear needs to go in the hole, in this hole over here. Some people take this whole thing off along with the tire. That's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. Just make sure that when you start lifting the tire, that goes inside this hole over here. Can you guys see that? All right, so that's what you do as you put it back in place. All right, so let's lift it up a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, there it is. Okay. We do that, and then over here on this side, you make sure that it's gonna be aligned, okay, with your brakes. And start putting that thing in place. There it is. Now this thing came down. Now start putting your screw in place. Now that the tire is in place, it can actually stay in place without this big screw that goes in the middle. I don't know what you call these things, whatever. This thing that holds the whole tire in place. You see how now it's there together? Without this thing in the middle. Because the key is to lock it right here where we were showing you, right here inside this chamber. You know, the whole gear with the hole in there. Once you get that in place, you're in business. So let's put this through. Should go in smoothly, okay? Maybe a little bit of adjustment here and there as you put it through. All right. Let's see what's going on this side. Go on.
Ready?
Go. Okay. It's in. Okay. All right, now we have that big screw all the way through. Just check to make sure your tire is straight. Your brake is in place. Once it's in place, go ahead and tighten everything the way it was before. Alright, you guys looking at this right here? Just go ahead and tighten all your stuff one more time. This is the screw that is holding the whole caliper, I think it's called the brake caliper, in place. See, again, in order for you to do mechanics to your bike, you don't need to know the parts, you just need to know how to do it. How to do the job right. There, that's in place. Of course, it's not tightened yet, but that looks good. Tire moves freely. Looks like everything is in place. Alright, so just put your stuff back together the way you took it apart, and you should be done. Okay, now back to your exhaust pipe. You see how it's just hanging in there? Just put it back the way you took it off. Okay. Gently lift it up again. Right to where it's supposed to go. Put everything back in place the way you took it off. Okay. Are you gonna get your hands dirty? Oh yeah, you are. Okay, put everything else back in its place. Alright, in your case you probably had to take off the tail. I'm calling this part of the motorcycle like the tail. Put it back in place, and guys, that's how you do it. Your tire is back in place. This was for the Honda ST 1300. I hope this little video was of help to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to put all your pieces back in place. So until next time, see ya.